Apple has done it again, but this time, it is not just about looks, it is about power, performance, and a beast of a battery. Meet the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the phone that takes everything you thought you knew about the iPhone and stretches it to the extreme. Bigger screen, longer life, sharper cameras, and the most powerful chip Apple has ever made. But here is the real question, is this just a bigger iPhone 17 Pro? Or is it the ultimate flagship that could make you finally upgrade? Hey everyone, welcome to ZaidiEsTech. You are here with Zahid, and let's dive in and find out. I tried the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but the changes could make you desire it. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is just a bigger version of the latest iPhone 17 Pro. And the bigger iPhone 17 Pro Max battery. That would show you that these two phones are basically the same, except for that one important difference. I want to say that the iPhone 17 Pro Max is the Pro version of the iPhone for consumers who want a huge screen and battery life that lasts about 40 hours. You can also stick with the iPhone 17 Pro, which I'm starting to like. I wrote my reviews of these two phones after a very short hands-on session that came after Apple's jaw-dropping speech on September 9th. In it, Apple CEO Tim Cook and his colleagues announced 4 new iPhones, including the iPhone 17, the iPhone 17 Pro, the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and the ultra-thin iPhone Air. 17 in that moniker. These Pro phones are essentially the same, save for the bigger 6.9-inch screen and the bigger battery, which lets you watch videos for 39 hours instead of 33 hours on the iPhone 17 Pro. The only difference between both Pro phones is that they have a bigger 6.9-inch screen and a bigger battery that can play videos for 39 hours, which is more than the iPhone 17 Pro's 33 hours. This is what is happening with the new phone. First, the look and feel of these new iPhone 17 Pro phones is quite a deal different than the previous models. The milled aluminum chassis makes the line smoother, and the phone feels better overall than older iPhones. Like the 17 Pro, the 17 Pro Max is marginally heavier than its predecessor, but not cheeringly so. Naturally, this is a larger 6.9-inch phone, therefore it's built, as I see it, for folks with larger hands like me. I found it comfortable to handle, and yes, I appreciate the new elevated plateau far more than I imagined I would. If you were seeking for more design changes, there really aren't any. Buttons like the action button and camera control are untouched, and I actually didn't touch them at all throughout our hands-on session. 1. Display. This is effectively the same Super Retina XDR OLED panel as the prior model, but now with the capacity to pump up to 3000 nits of brightness when necessary. I was never outdoors with the phone, thus I can't tell you how effective this might be. It's still a promotion display, which means it ranges effortlessly from 1 Hz to 120 Hz. In my time with the phone, I thought the motion on everything, including gaming, was smooth as butter. As ever, this is just a lovely screen, and sure, I prefer the biggest iPhone display. 2. We have the cameras. The 348 megapixels cameras constitute a better upgrade than you might expect, and especially because the telephoto is now joining the 48 megapixels club. Now we have a wonderful 48 megapixels wide, 48 megapixels ultra-wide, and 48 megapixels optical zoom that can handle 4x at full resolution and 8x at 12 megapixels, binning 4 bits of visual information per pixel. I toyed with the camera and ran through all the choices. The photographs looked excellent, but I really want to take this camera on the road for a true test. The 348 megapixels cameras constitute a better upgrade than you might expect, and especially because the telephoto is now joining the 48 megapixels club. We have a wonderful 48 megapixels wide, 48 megapixels ultra-wide, and 48 megapixels optical zoom that can handle 4x at full resolution and 8x at 12 megapixels, binning 4 bits of visual information per pixel. I toyed with the camera and ran through all the choices. The photographs looked excellent, but I really want to take this camera on the road for a true test. Apple has upped the front-facing camera to 18 megapixels, with a broader field of view tossed in too. And this lets users shoot both landscape and portrait shots without needing to turn the phone horizontally. But the big boost comes in the form of the AI-powered center stage function, which can smarty and automatically expand the file to view to and rotate from portrait to landscape to better capture groups of people standing for a selfie picture. There's support for ultra-stabilized video in 4K HDR. And users can now record on the front and rear cameras concurrently with the dual capture capability. 3. Performance and battery. Apple packed a strong 3nm A19 Pro inside the iPhone 17 Pro Max. It looks to be the most powerful mobile CPU Apple has ever produced. I can tell you that the phone felt snappy in AAA games like a champ, with strong audio too, but I do not really know enough about the nuances of its performance across a range of jobs. Still, I am excited by the engineering modifications Apple made to the iPhone 17 Pro Max's internals. The processing board sits virtually dead center in the phone, and it's covered in graphite and has shown a water-filled vapor chamber, both of which reportedly work together to disperse heat during operations like gaming and video capture. This design could keep the phone cooler and functioning more effectively, time will tell. Apple is offering 39 hours of movie playback for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. If that holds up, it would be a great achievement and arguably the major reason why I'd select this phone over the iPhone 17 Pro. Overall, this is an intriguing update and one that goes more than skin deep. I don't know yet if it's a winner, but most early signals point to yes. Basically, I can't wait to test this beast of a smartphone. Alongside the longer battery life, the iPhone 17 boasts faster wired charging, with it able to juice up to 50% charge in 20 minutes. But you'll need to utilize an optional high-wattage USB-C power converter like Apple's new 40-watt dynamic power converter with 60-watt max while sales begin on September 19th. Ming-Chi Kuo, an analyst at TF Securities International, has reported that pre-orders for the iPhone 17 series on the first weekend after its launch surpassed iPhone 16, signaling stronger consumer interest in Apple's devices. Pre-orders for the iPhone Air look to be fewer than last year's iPhone 16 Plus variant. Demand for iPhone Air could be lower than iPhone 16 Plus. In a post on X, Kuo claimed that Apple's iPhone 17 series is witnessing significant demand from the market. The first weekend pre-orders for the range are expected to be stronger than the iPhone 16 lineup, which was announced a year ago. The corporation has apparently stepped up production to suit this increasing demand. Apple has claimed to have raised production by 25% year-over-year for the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max in Q3. According to Kuo, this hints to increased pre-order demand compared to the iPhone 16 series during the same era. Despite the larger output, shipping delays were just approximately a week longer than previous year. Kuo argues that pre-orders for the iPhone Air are lower than last year's iPhone 16 Plus. However, the analyst believes that Apple produced about 3 times more units of the Air in Q3 this year compared to the iPhone 16 Plus in Q3, 2024, signifying a 200% year-over-year gain. As Apple hasn't released a product with a similar posture before, Kuo says it's more accurate to estimate genuine demand following the iPhone Air after some time. iPhone 18 series will feature a smaller dynamic island, tipster claims. The iPhone 17 Pro Max remains to be the most in-demand model in the lineup, claims Kuo. Its production in Q3, 2025 experienced a 60% year-over-year growth compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max in Q3 last year, with shipping times staying similar, showing strong demand. The analysts predict that the iPhone 17 series pre-order performance surpasses last year's, which is projected to positively boost Apple's Q3 2025 earnings. Apple unveiled the iPhone 17 series last week with a starting price tag of $829. They have iOS 26, 48-megapixel rear camera units and 18-megapixel selfie cameras. The iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Pro Max, and iPhone Air are powered by the A19 Pro chip, while the normal iPhone 17 relies on an A19 chipset. Overall, this is an interesting upgrade and one that goes more than skin deep. I don't sure yet if it's a winner, but most early signals point to yes. Basically, I can't wait to test this beast of a smartphone. So there you have it, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is shaping up to be Apple's most ambitious Pro Max yet. With its larger battery, brighter display, and game-changing performance, it is already turning heads and driving massive demand worldwide. But is it the true upgrade you have been waiting for? Or just an oversized iPhone 17 Pro? I want to know your thoughts, drop them down in the comments. I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe to ZaidiEsTech, and ring the bell so you never miss the latest leaks, reviews, and tech updates. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and I will see you in the next video.